Did I update the thing? 25? Yeah, looks right. And let me make sure we're on the right VOD. God, I've lost track of the VOD number we're on. Yes, there's infinite VODs. There's infinite VODs. Okay, yes, 25 is correct. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's do the last of this particular chain. I noticed something that I didn't process earlier. There are... Oh, I'm glad you told me, Bionic Punk, but if I'm being honest, I had already committed to not watching it. Good to know I made the right call. The words... What was I saying? The quest chains, right? The secondary quest, or that's to say the real side quests, seem to follow some pretty basic patterns in that they're mostly chains, right? There's the follow around doing the newspaper chain quest. Then there's the statues in the sky quest, which we already did. Then we've got the helping the town against the pirates quest chain, which we haven't actually gone to yet. And then we've got the other one we haven't done yet, which I can't remember what it is. There's another one. There's four. There's four. Could someone type exclamation mark next really quick, please? Echoes is a Zelda game, Lunarith. It is the next Zelda game. It's coming out in about a month at this point. It looks like the VOD isn't working. See, these are good things to know. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's finish the Zelda crane here. I sincerely doubt it, Lunarith. I doubt it's sharing continuity with anything. Princess Zelda was kidnapped? Oh my god. The Yiga have kidnapped Princess Zelda. We've taken Zelda to the carved-out heart of the Towering Twins. My goodness. This is definitely a terrifying thing that we cannot let go unpunished. Hang on, Bionic. Hold on to that, please. Because I do want to do that. But I want to finish up this stupid chain first. No, if Echoes has any continuity with anything, it'll be with some of the 2D Zeldas. Possibly Link's Awakening, which would put it in the standard, the primary 2D Zelda timeline. And I'm pausing there because as I'm thinking about it, almost all the 2D Zeldas are part of the same timeline. Right? Like, so we've got Link to the Past. Well, actually we've got Four Swords Adventures, but let's ignore that. So we've got Link to the Past, then we've got Link Between Worlds. Then no, hang on. No, I said that wrong. Link to the Past, then the Oracle's games, then Link's Awakening, then Link Between Worlds, then 1, then 2. And all of that's the same timeline, and the same connecting threads. Although 1 and 2 don't really connect, but they still kind of connect, since the Oracle's games informed them. Like 20, Ross? I know, Joludo, that's why I had to stall myself there, like, hang on. It goes this way. Whoops. Well, anyways, there she is. Oh my god, it's Princess Zelda. Now, Bragwin, if you're here, cool. If you're not, that sucks. Because this one's for you, Bragwin. Okay, so hey, look, it's definitely really Zelda. Only the valiant golden-haired knight known as Link could move such a sturdy cage like that. I knew we'd lure in some heroic wannabes if we used Zelda's bait, but we even managed to snare you. Don't worry, once we find the real Zelda, we'll send her to join you. Promise. This is definitely the golden-haired boy. Get him! Aw. Yeah, let me get some. It instantly kills them. As it should. Good afternoon, Evo. Don't worry, we're all done with the sexual harassment. Shh, shh, Frieza, don't ruin it, don't ruin it.
Aye!
There's just this arrow that comes, and in the last milliseconds of their life, they see the banana, and there's just a smile on their face as the banana pierces their skull.
Toto! Ha ha! Ah.
There's a running gag that the Yiga love bananas.
Ah! Ah!
So we killed them with their bananas. So they could live with them. Forever. Yeah, this is what they wanted. We gave them what they wanted. Hey, Junix. Thank you for the sub. As usual. I am not doing well, but it's okay. Soon I will be dead. Profist. And I'll jot that down. For, let's see, DBZ Kakarot, Grim Fandango, Persona 4 Golden. Okay. So let's go talk to Tracy. I hope you feel better soon. You're the one actually sick right now. I'd like to say that we're almost done with side quests, but we've still got 3 major chains to do. Oh, absolutely, Ross. The reduced length of the shrines and the increased, let's call it gameplay density of the shrines helped. You probably didn't notice, but this game has definitely gotten more shrine positives than the last one.
Ah.
And there's the frog hood.
Ma. Ah.
And done. Ribbit. Moi. So, while we're roaming over here, I'm going to share something that was mentioned by Frieza on the Discord. Let's see, here we go. So Frieza says, Dear Lore, you are literally Hitler, who is a fascist, who is suicidal. So, where am I going? One moment. I need to figure out where this guy is really quick. I also need to go to the forest. I know, Demodine! It's weird, because I always figured that was Mussolini. Little did I know. So Frieza says, this game absolutely does not care about making its world immersive or believable. At every turn, story is sacrificed in service of gameplay and sometimes sacrificed for no apparent reason. We have talked about the obvious examples. The Sheikah Tech needed to go away to make room for new collectibles and avoid confusion from dozens of useless structures littering the map. People don't remember Link because they didn't want to alienate players who didn't play Breath. It would have been effortless to add a passing line of dialogue amidst the mountain of empty text to justify either of these in lore, but they did not bother, and the same mentality is reflected in so many little things. In Breath, scroll, it seemed like quite a bit of thought was put into the overworld. Positioning of ruined buildings, decayed guardians, fortifications, monster camps was rational, and in some cases seemed to convey a story. I've even seen it claimed that the weather system is realistic, and places where it rains the most are where you'd expect it to happen based on the positioning of the bodies of water in the mountains. The Zonai ruins and Tears, on the other hand, seem to have no thought put into them. In the sky, most of the floating landmasses make no logical sense. They're just platforms and rails arranged to form an obstacle course for you to run. They're not the ruins of an ancient civilization sealed above the clouds, they are 3D Sonic levels. There's no mining constructs or mine carts in the Sky Mine Island. There are no forge constructs or zonite on the Forge Island. What is the mirror puzzle on Lightcast Island supposed to be? Even on the main island, the buildings aren't positioned in a way that looks like an advanced civilization actually lives there. The architecture of the Zonai ruins from Breath also does not match up at all with any of the Zonai architecture we see in this game, either in the sky or the depths. The labyrinths are gigantic, elaborate trials presented over by mysterious voices to gain access to phantom Ganon costumes, which have no special powers other than bone weapon proficiency that cannot be upgraded because it was DLC in the previous game, and the DLC armor was non-upgradable. All of this is just silly. It's like there's no coordination between the writing team and the gameplay team. The excuse they came up with for the Sheikah shrines was that they were trials created to strengthen the hero. Some of the quests to unlock shrines are pretty flimsy in terms of logic, but is enough to get a pass. In Tears, no excuse is given. We're told the Rauru and Sonia erected the Shrines of Light on sites where the monsters were destroyed in order to prevent them from being resurrected by the Blood Moon. Why did they get raised up into the sky after his death, thus allowing the monsters to return? You can't get into them without authorization codes, so why is each one filled with a unique set of puzzles and naked combat trials? Why are some of them combat tutorials? Why did some of them turn into tiny crystals? The design's all about imitating the gameplay loop of Breath with no consideration for how they would fit into the world. One moment. Where is the honey? Well, tell me I've taken a picture of honey at this point. Oh my god, I might not have. 11. That's Fleet Lotus Seeds. And also trigger warning while we're on the subject. Look at the main quest we did in Zora's Domain. They find an ancient stone slate conveniently uncovered by the upheaval, explaining you have to shoot one of the king's scales through a now broken ring of floating stones on the Sky Island, which opens a door at the bottom of the reservoir leading to the ancient Zora Waterworks, which contains no waterworks, just a Zonai device requiring Rauru's authorization to activate, which remotely turns on a waterfall from the string of floating rocks below the water temple, which may or may not have been in the sky until after Rauru died. The Temple of Time wasn't. Breath has a lot of because gameplay shrine quests that didn't make sense, but this is the MSQ, and this is approaching moon logic. There's one example I found iconic of this philosophy of over-prioritizing gameplay at the expense of everything else. In Breath, there was a side quest to find stone monuments. Yeah, do me a favor, say something if you see it, by the way, because I'm mostly reading here. In Breath, there was a side quest to find stone monuments scattered around Zora's Domain that outlined the last 10,000 years of their history. From a gameplay perspective, it would feel recycled content to have those tablets still there in the same text. In Tears, they're in the same place, and there's a quest to find them again, but they decide to have Sidon scribble all over them with what's basically his personal journal. In this case, they bothered to give a line of dialogue justifying it. I don't remember the wording exactly, but the idea is leaving tradition behind and looking forward to the future. But that just doesn't feel like serious world building. Would the Zora want to erase their history? Would Sidon be okay removing one memorializing Mipha? Wouldn't he just add to them or make new ones? Even prioritizing gameplay, they could have easily said that the people destroy the old ones and Sidon is building new ones in new locations. Instead, we get world destruction. This is not a choppable tree. Of course it isn't. NPC dialogue is still primarily concerned with either tutorializing you or vectoring you towards quests. The ones that have little stories continuing from Breath are the highlight of the entire game. I've gotten their own positive before you ask. But everything else is so tried I actually started skipping dialogue, something I haven't done before. Between all this and several apparent plot holes, this is the lowest I think I've ever... Hang on. The writer factor here is the lowest I think it's ever been in Zelda game, and that has completely de-invested me in the story. There we go. Okay. And that's the full quote. Well, I wanted people's thoughts on this. I do have my own, of course, but I always value other people's opinions. Like, duh, right? I think I've done my legwork on proving I value other people's opinions at this point in life. So, yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I've seen beehives before, like literally, and if you like hit the nope, that's a golden banana. It was yellow. So we do actually have a precedence for this, as I pointed out. We have specifically given more or less this exact same negative to Twilight Princess. I actually already mentioned this in Discord, but to repeat this on camera. Twilight Princess, one of the things it did so well was it put a lot of thought into why things were where and what. Why are we going through this giant lava forge mountain with all these magnets? Because that's the Goron mine, and at the moment the Gorons are trying to keep the Primarch sealed away because he's been mutated by the fused shadow. So they're keeping him locked in, both out of personal shame and out of desire to help everyone else out, right? We go in, we go through the mine, which is their mine in lore, and then, you know, use the pulleys and the mechanisms and the magnets in order to traverse it. In other words, there is gameplay and story integration there. It is not perfect, but it does exist. That's the other thing I wanted to mention, too. There's a gradient here, right? Most games, let's be honest with ourselves, do not successfully manage gameplay and story integration to the extent where it warrants a positive. However, I would argue the overwhelming majority of games manage the distinction sufficient that we don't give it a negative. Now, that's an interesting sight. Just watching the shadow there. See it? To use Twilight Princess as the further example of a situation in which it then failed, at a later part in the game, the MacGuffin is destroyed, and pieces of it fly all over the place from the magic that was used to do it. Every place that those pieces land, there's some issues and some problems which then lead to you having to deal with them. Most of those issues and problems in local affairs make perfect sense. You know, the mansion where we head up north, which I can never think of the name of, even though it's my favorite dungeon in all of Zelda. The mansion is an actual mansion. It was a snowy hideaway that the Yetis moved into over time, after the fact, and obviously used to have a part of the Hyrule. Snow Peak, thank you, Snow Peak Mansion. Like, there's a lot of visual storytelling going on in there to indicate what it was, what it is, and what it has become under the curse of the thing. Oh, thank you for reminding me. And, obviously, pretty much all of the issues that we're dealing with there now are specifically because of the fact that the shard landed there. That makes sense. Gameplay and story integration. But then later on we go to, and this is a spoiler, so spoilers for Twilight in 3, 2, 1. Later on we go to the Temple of Time. Now, it would make sense if the shard had landed there, but it hadn't because it's in the past. And we did give a negative for this because it really does make no sense, and the more you think about it, the less sense it makes. Like, there's no real reason we had to go into the pristine past version of the Temple of Time in order to get the shard of the mirror. What probably would have worked better if you wanted to go that route with it is the shard landed somewhere and we can't reach it because it's behind X. What X is doesn't really matter. It's just a barrier to progress. The thing that can allow us to go past X doesn't exist anymore. It rotted away, years ago. So we go into the past, go through the dungeon, get the dungeon item, get to the present, use the dungeon item on the thing, progress. Make sense? But they didn't do that. Instead, the shard just lands in the past. Why? Well, because it's a dungeon in a video game. And this is tying into what Frieza is talking about. The mentality behind it is important, but most important is how it feels to us, the players. That is what defines a positive and a negative, something that adds or detracts from the game. And if it reaches the point where we're sitting there going, hold up, why is this like this? And all we come up with is the answer is, well, because it's a video game, or because it's a Zelda game, or because the previous game did that, then we've probably run into a snag. Now, I don't expect perfect world building and perfect gameplay and story integration from my games, because that's insane. But like I said, I do think there is a gradient here, and I actually find myself in agreement with Frieza overall. Sorry, there's a lot of words to say this, but I've been chewing on this for a bit. I do think that Tears, which makes a lot of sense considering it was originally designed to just be a DLC, was predominantly focused solely with the gameplay axis of things, and then sort of bolted on the story things later on in order to justify them in the quickest and easiest way possible. Oh yeah, we do need meat, don't we? Die, monster. Okay, that's apparently not something I can kill. Die, monster! Nope, okay. I can't kill any of these things. Okay, whatever. The Zora thing was actually the one that was sticking out for me the most, too, is because the whole Zora section really doesn't make sense, and the more you think about it, the less sense it makes. And it feels like... So, one of the things that the Zelda series tends to do very well is visual storytelling. I actually just praised this in the aforementioned Twilight Princess. We go to an abandoned, frozen mansion, which is off in the northern mountains of Hyrule. It is clearly someplace that used to be built for someone else, by someone else. There are pictures of the Zora Queen there. There's pictures of the Hyrulean royal family there. There's Hyrulean's royal crest all over the place. The whole place looks like a well-to-do mansion or fortress or something. It is even fortified with an armory and cannonry, right? So that's it. The game never tells us any more than that, but just based on the visuals, we can look at them and be like, gotcha. Right, we can kind of understand and East Hill Chasm. Why the hell is the East Hill Chasm? We can kind of divine exactly what that place was and why it's there. Right. Oh. Where is the East Hill Chasm? Where's the East Hill? Let's start with that. Is the East Hill Chasm? Are you the East Hill Chasm? Help me out here, Bionic Punk. I can't find the honey. I'm trying to find honey. Thankfully, I actually heard that donation from Loner. Otherwise, I would be more irritable right now. Because the bot is still not working, by the way, if it's not obvious by the fact that no pop-up showed up in chat. What's really frustrating is the bot is clearly partially working because the audio cues are still happening. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Loner. And I don't want to overhype it myself, but yeah, ditto. We'll put that towards Planescape Torment, the BRPG block, and Cyberpunk. Thank you very, very much, Loner, as always. No, it didn't show up in chat, but I did see it. Next to Kakariko? Aha! Okay. Yes, Ross. If I had known. Yeah, Planescape Torment, a game we will play for as long as I can without cheats. And then we will inevitably give up and cheat our brains off. Just... Gotta get there before it starts raining. I'm not gonna make it. Now, I mean, Dean himself actually made the comment, which I agree with completely, that gameplay was clearly the priority, right? It's actually funny to say, because in addition to obvious time and budgetary concerns, there's a more ephemeral feeling when developing something, which thing is more important to someone, right? And if someone in the office, metaphorically or literally, honey, is not specifically championing something, the odds of it actually being, getting the time and attention and focus it needs in order to pop is much, much lower. Oh yeah, I should take a picture while we're here. Sorry for the warning. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Words. So, in this game, I am, of course, presuming I have been wrong many, many times in my life when it comes to my own analyses. But based on what I'm seeing, the story axis just was not given priority. It was not the kind of thing, literally or ephemerally, that was considered something that they needed to spend more time and effort and work on. Nowhere is this more obvious than in the past cutscenes, which I could say a lot of negative things about, and I have, but I could summarize them all with a single word. Cheap. Almost every narrative shortcut that could be taken because plot is taken in the past cutscenes. There's just a strong emphasis on, okay, let's just get it over with. Let's just get it over with. Let's just get it over with. Now there is actually an exception to that. The one and only thing that they actually nail in all the cutscenes, past included, is the animation. I don't know if that's actual motion capture or if it's hand. What's that called? Keyframed. But either way, it's good stuff. I do value gameplay over story, 100%. But that does not mean that what I don't value most is not both. Do you know why Twilight Princess is rated so high? Because you do. You know exactly why Twilight Princess is rated so high. Probably Dean Bedine. Because, yeah, no, I'm sorry, the animation in those games, or in this game, pops. Story-wise, I should clarify, not gameplay-wise. Gameplay-wise, I'm actually not really impressed with the animations. But, like, let me give you a tangible example of what I mean when I say the animations are surprisingly good. My niece discovered this, not me. Yep, child labor. Yeah, she was. Usually we play something, our current game that she's playing is Sims 3. But once she realized I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, the first thing she wanted to do was just build random stupid stuff. Castles would be awesome. So this is a very minor thing, but it shows the level of attention to detail and polish that the animation has, because there's this guy mining away, and that's not a very impressive mining animation, but you know what it is? Oh my god, the fact that it just hit 6 p.m. and he left as soon as I was going to show that off. You've got to be kidding me. Okay. Wow! You asshat. Okay. I don't have a source of fire right now. Could you set this thing on fire, please? Please. Please. Okay, sorry, I don't have a convenient source of fire. Is that better? Well, while I'm here... Okay, so this is going to be the honey we just got. Which is... Hang on. There we go. Sorry. Energizing omelet. This simple dish is common all over Hyrule. Simply fry egg until it's nice and plump. There we go. Now make it morning. Do we have butter? We have butter. Salt. Rice. And then hearty salmon. Just for you, Dragon Player. We're going to watch the whole cutscene. The rice used in this rich risotto permeates the light flavor of the salmon. Okay, now I'm going to show off this damn thing really quick. See? He stops mining. That's such a minor thing. But there's little details like this abso-frickin-lutely everywhere in this game. And that's what I mean when the animation is such a high positive to story. There's dozens, hundreds, possibly even thousands of little details like that. Because someone somewhere on the animation team thought, you know what? We probably shouldn't have this guy pickaxing Link directly, right? Hang on. So I apparently missed something. Honey, egg, wheat, milk, sugar. And again, just for you, I'd say about 7 weeks, Eva. Honey crepes. Honey has been drizzled over thin crepes to bring out their natural sweetness and flavor. Oh my god. I would give everything to eat those crepes right now. Everything. I would kill everyone in chat for those crepes. And then I would bring them back so I could share the crepes with them. But then I'd be disappointed because actually the undead, can't eat. So then I would taunt you with my crepes. And then you'd kill me. Damn it, Pineapple. I'm going to give you 2 more, okay? You get 2 more. What is a porgy? I'm guessing that's a fish, just based on contact clues. Nope. What is a porgy? Yes, I know that porgs are delicious. Thanks, Chewbacca. It's a tropical fish. Well, I don't have one then. What do you know? Cheese and wheat. This should be interesting. Melty cheesy bread. Is there anything better than a simple slice of baked bread with Hateno cheese on top? That actually sounds really good, yeah. Get a little avocado on that? Done. But of course, avocados do not exist in Hyrule. We don't have garlic in game, but let's just assume we have garlic. I have no meat right now. Do I? Okay, never mind. I do have some raw. I do have some meat. Okay, so meat, wheat, my last wheat actually, butter and salt. Meat pie! You'll need an extra napkin to deal with this juicy pie of perfectly baked minced meat. Wow. And that was the 2. Okay. Let's see, where am I going? I really like a good meat pie. It's also really rare to find a good meat pie, in my experience. Oh, I've noticed that, DBD. It's much more obvious here because we can go further up. So more of the world had to be rendered outside of the giant cliff edge. Sequence breakers back in Breath of the Wild were able to get over that and just roam around there, and it was just flat nothing burger terrain, right? But in this game, here, I could actually show this off right now. You can see a whole lot more of that was actually rendered out there. That's all off the map, everything you're seeing right there. All that. Now, it's obviously lower res, duh. But still, that's a lot of mesh for what is functionally, uninteractable terrain. Probably Bionic Bug. I imagine none of that has any actual collision model. Actually, yeah, like Red Mountain in Skyrim. Gosh darn it. I work with that. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I don't know if you were there for that DVD. The amount of non-other dimensional kingdoms we go to is extremely small in these games. It's like 3 times, you know? This is when DBD is like, yeah, I'm the one who said that. Look, my brain's been melted lately, okay? What do you want from me? Where is this jackass? Oh. Right behind me, of course. I mean, we've been to Lolamlot. Oh god, the place in the 2 Oracles games. Because there's actually 2 of them. So there's a Kingdom and Oracles of Ages. There's a Kingdom and Oracle of Seasons. There's Lorule, which is actually kind of a dimension thing, but whatever. New Hyrule. That's kind of the list, honestly.
Hey! Oh!
I'm the one who discovered these big ruins way out here. I wasn't able to make such progress investigating them. Oh yeah, and Triforce Heroes. I knew there was one I was forgetting. The one I haven't played. I'm only 1 Hylian, and this, alas, is not a 1 Hylian job. That's why I wrote to the Zonai survey team, asking them to dispatch a researcher to assist me. Here you are, practically right after I sent my letter. Great response time. What, you're not a Zonai survey team researcher? You're just some guy? Let's see. So few people come through, I just assumed you'd be the assistant I asked for. My mistake. All the trouble I've got to. Can't they send 1 assistant? What's monolith research? Oops, did you hear that? Sorry. Scrub that from your brain. It's not meant for public knowledge. If you're from the Zonai survey team, I can tell you all about it. Just let me help, dude. I appreciate the offer, but that's not really allowed. Then again, though he might not be researching, he does have the look of an adventurer. Maybe his expertise will get things back on track. You know what? You're hired. This project alone, I'm appointing you as research assistant. Come on, let's find out what secrets these ruins are hiding.
Oh!
Let's dive right in. I'll start by showing you what my research has uncovered so far. Wait here. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow. Yeah, what's the pay? The Zonai were an ancient civilization. Yeah.
Oh!
Okay, so the monoliths are written in Hyrulean. Or Hylian, I guess I should say. Even though they're Zonai artifacts. Okay, that's interesting. Clocktown is considered one of those dimensional areas. Just like, you know, so many of the other dimensional areas. Like, we go to a lot of other dimensions in the Zelda series, but not really a lot of other just kingdoms, you know, other places in the world. Yeah, we've got Termina in Majora's Mask. We've got... gosh. We've got the Ocean King's Ocean in Phantom Hourglass. We've got the Dark World in LTTP. We've got the Twilight Realm in Twilight Princess. I'm not sure what to call Skyloft, but either way, that's just basically Hyrule, let's be honest with ourselves. It's immediately above Hyrule. Hyrule to be, or Hyrule of was. Yes, Hyrule Warriors 1 is over there on its own. Hyrule. Oh my god. Yeah, there's Lorule. It's another dimensional one. Okay. So... we did this one. That's part of the mayoral campaign. Oh yeah, Koholint absolutely qualifies. The Gerudo Desert is almost always considered part of Hyrule, in pretty much every game where it's present. Ocarina, Twilight, Four Swords, and these games. Even if you want to pull it technically and say that it's not, that's... I'm not impressed by going 1 foot outside of our borders into a place so nearby that it's hard to visually distinguish it from the rest of the terrain. Wait, where? Really wish I could see where my coordinates were as I'm just roaming around here. Oh, this is just here. God dang it. That's on me. It was talking about going to Zora's domain. And I'm an idiot. Sky Rule. Okay, I like that. We've had Low Rule already. Now we have Sky Rule. No, I'm with you, Blade of All. Congrats, Pillars of Snow. That sucks because they don't really do, like, refunds, unfortunately. Oh god, that sucks even more. I'm sorry, Pillars of Snow. Yeah, $50 for a DLC sounds a bit much even for a Pokemon game. That's ridiculous. Well, no, the problem is Pillars of Snow has, Scarlet. I'm guessing, based on context clues. Oh, Jesus. What is Sims 4 charging? You know, that's a good point. Mario does leave the Mushroom Kingdom all the time. It's, in fact, his normal function. Like, that goes back to Mario 3, even if you don't count Mario 2. And, of course, Mario World goes to an entirely other continent. His island is set on a separate thing. Hang on, I need to go murder DMBD, and I'll be right back. Galaxy is putting that over there. We're just gonna put that over there. Mario has been to space, though. And also, I'd be remiss if I did not mention that the Mario RPGs constantly leave the Mushroom Kingdom. In fact, it would be easier to name which Mario RPGs don't. Sunshine takes place on Isle Delfino, which is a tourist island. Obviously, not on in the Mushroom Kingdom. Yeah, I think Paper Mario 1 is the only one dominantly set in the Mushroom Kingdom. Super Mario RPG has the Mushroom Kingdom, but you leave it almost immediately. And even Paper Mario 2, you could argue you leave the Mushroom Kingdom. And then even Paper Mario 1, you could argue leave it. And then Paper Mario 2, you definitively are, elsewhere. Sunshine got a lot of negatives, unfortunately. That's true, I haven't played Origami King. That's true, there's also Mario Land, which we saw in Mario 2. You're right, Blue Felix. Because yeah, Wonder is explicitly immediately adjacent to the Mushroom Kingdom. It's the Flower Kingdom. I know that's such a dumb, small thing, but I will never stop jazzing about the fact that the first stage in Mario Wonder has the Mushroom Kingdom visible in the distance. And then, like, it slowly goes away as you go throughout the stage until you are now in the Flower Kingdom. That's just such a wonderful little visual detail. That game is so good. Yeah, very Tropical Freeze. Tropical Freeze lived and breathed visual storytelling as well. I look forward to giving that a lot of visual storytelling positives when we get there. I would like to disagree with that, Blue Felix, but the harsh truth is I haven't played that game in a very long time. Like, 20+ years long. So, I will admit Mario Land 2 caught me more. But, I mean, Mario Land 1 is very clearly, how do we use this new hardware, right? Which makes sense, it was new hardware. That's true with pretty much any system. Oh, duh. That does sound like a hot take. I don't care about Korok seeds. Tropical Freeze is brutally hard, yes, but the Switch port added a bunch of modes to smooth that over. And some of the super optional stages in that game are aggravatingly frustrating. And I bet you can guess why, Ross. I bet you can guess the very specific reason why. Kirby leaves Dreamland all the time. You kidding me? Other than the obvious fact that he's been to space, yo. Oh yeah, Tropical Freeze, by memory, is up there for platformers for me. I don't think it'll beat Wonder, but that's like the punching range, I would say. It's one of the biggest reasons I have so much faith in Retro as a studio, because they've never put out a bad game. Prime 1, Prime 2, Prime 3, Donkey Kong Country Returns, and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. That is a hell of a library. Good guess, Team Nadim, but no. I'm letting Ross guess before I finish. Where is she? Here she is. There are no mid-mission checkpoints, Ross. Imagine a fairly lengthy stage where any mistake at any point will instantly kill you. And there are no checkpoints. I have raged at those stages. I've beaten them. Of course I have. But yeah, they're... Oof. Oh yeah. Wait, did I lose my bow? I did lose my bow. I didn't even notice. I'm getting a little low on bows. Interesting enough. I have to go buy a... Remind me to get a royal bow after I do this. Ah, God, I hope Brothership is going to be good. Or Brotherhood, or whatever it's called. The new Paper Mario. Or excuse me. Wrong. The new Mario and Luigi. Dusk Claymore. Oh my god. That's the one that killed Ganondorf. Wow. Okay.
Hey!
Yeah, I hope it's going to be good. It's the same feeling I have for Echoes of Wisdom.
Oh.
Found another monolith. If it was hidden away down here, there's almost certainly something important written on it. Let's read it. A monument to loyalty. Hyrule owes its peace today to the gift that King Rauru gave us and to his noble feat of imprisoning the Demon King.
What?
Wait, King Rauru imprisoning the Demon King? Demon King? Secret Stone. And this mention of imprisoning the Demon King, this monolith is no doubt a chronicle of the imprisoning war. My heart won't stop pounding. Let's read on. The great battle ended with a seal. Began with support from the sages, each of whom bore a shining secret stone. My God. I was joking, game. Among these were 4 Hyruleans, loyal warriors all, who hastened to King Rauru's aid as their oaths demanded. They are the pride of the peoples of Hyrule. This stone monument is dedicated to the loyalty that will echo through time.
Nah.
In other words, this rune is dedicated to the sages who fought with Rauru. That explains why it's in Hyrulean text. What a discovery. Oh, it's amazing. It's incredible. It's fantastic.
Mmm.
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
Oh.
We're getting pretty low on quests, which is good. Very good. Yes. Soon there will be no quests left at all. Excuse me. So yeah, let's do the mayoral campaign. We actually started this, and then we realized we wanted to do MSQ instead. True treasure. What the heck is true treasure? Andeo. So, almost assuredly no. Because it's not in the adventures list. There it is. Yep, it's in the side quest list. Yeah, by the way, there's 140 side quests in this game. Don't worry, that's not what we're doing. We're doing the side adventures. You can absolutely request it. I was actually going to open up the floor to anybody who wanted a specific quest, as long as they could give a decent reason for it, and I'll just take your word on it here. Give it the times. Put on some CC brand clothes already. How else will everyone know your loyalty to CC style? Walk around the village looking like that if you want, but don't blame me when CC roasts your fashion sense. CC set up her own CC brand line. It proves what a fantastically avant-garde, charismatic designer she is. She single-handedly set the tone for Hatena's whole look. I'm actually not sure what step we're on here, so let's try to figure this out. Hello, did I remember you before? It's been like a week! I'm sorry for all the commotion you got mixed up in. But since we're both involved now, could you give me a little advice? Sure! I should have expected that. The thing I need your advice on is my sister. It's about Cece. Lately she's been sneaking off alone in the middle of the night. I don't think it's anything sinister, but the election is soon, and I don't want any last-minute surprises to hurt her chances. So I'd like you to tail my sister, find out where she's going and what she's up to, and get back to me. I tried following her myself, but she spotted me right away. I really got an earful about it, too. If you succeed in finding out what she's doing, I'll reward you, of course. Okay. I will kill your sister for you. No matter the cost. Okay, geez, I'm missing a lot. Alright, so inn. Let's just go down the list. Is this an inn? That does not look. That looks like a dye shop. Where's the inn? Where are you, inn? There you are. Not who I wanted. Still not who I want. Are you just eating a carrot? You're just eating a carrot. I'm happy to vote for whoever for mayor if they fix up the village real nice. Infrastructure, not a bad voting metric. Just don't go overboard with it. China! Excuse me. Just kill me, Spartan. Just do it quick. That's all I ask. Just make it quick. So, okay, while we're doing this, because I need to go make it daytime, because everyone's positions just got reset, I got a random question for y'all. Let's assume that you magically have infinite time and budget. So this is a purely creative question. What would you add to the depths to flavor it out? Like lore-wise, story-wise. Obviously, there's tons we could do gameplay-wise down there. But, like Frieza just mentioned, ghost cities, right? New races. I already like that. Lord knows we've done stuff like that in quite a few Zelda games before now. Hell, if you want to continue connecting this to Skyward, the mole race being down there would make a lot of sense. The whole Demon City with its own lore and side quests. Yeah, it's probably my answer right there, honestly. That is a great option. Different biomes. Yep, we talked about that. And yeah, an actual honest-to-goodness town down there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah. Oh. Mm.
Oh gosh, that's horrifying, Lord Hermon. Oh, by the way, grats on the Africa thing. Sorry I didn't say that out loud. I swear I thought it when you said it, and then I'm just stupid. 0.6%, by the way. Holy crap. What is Rise of the Gurids? Like, what's it require? Yep, it's the land down under. See, it's got a built-in pun. What's not to like? Oh my god, where's the jackass? Filled with spiders. Alright, we need to hunt down Bionic Punk and kill him immediately before he infests the others. An ocean with islands. In the depths, huh? Interesting. I could see that. No, I do not act, and I'm not sure why. Okay, Kane, you're making this harder than it really should be. Okay. Every time I show my face around here, she demands to know I'm not wearing CC brand clothes. I'm keeping my distance till the fad dies down. Have a shroom.
Ah.
I mean, you'd have to be able to build your own ship. With this kind of a system? Absolutely. Just Diablo's down there, just like her. So. Yes, come, can I offer you a mushroom in these terrible and trying times? Fear not, Cece understands. She will do everything. Cece will finally make you useful. I don't know, the idea of a demon city is probably the most appealing one to me, personally. Because you've got all kinds of possible quests, and world building, and characters, and all kinds of cool stuff you can do down there. Here's some acorns.
Eh?
Thanks.
Oh.
Yeah, by the way, that's what a side quest looks like. Hey, do you have 3 acorns? Sweet, have some milk. That's why we're not doing the side quest. I know they're, like, not all like that, but, you know. Okay, apparently I've already done dance. So now we need Koyan. She's inside. We need a bot is what we need. Oh, yeah, here we go. Bought it up.
Ah. 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 Hmm. Ah. Ah.
Oh yeah, she's also totally into us, as they all are. I mean, you know me, Loke. I like that kind of thing in general. So, just sold. Agreed, Blue Felix. Okay, so... yeah, meat and cheese and rice. Oh, wow. That sounds relatively not terrible, Lord Haramont. I wonder what the actual lowest percent thing is on of the PE4 achievements right now. Because I know that's changed a few times over the years. Yeah, okay, that much. Is that him? Oh, that's the roosters. No, that is him. Sir, can I offer you a mushroom in these trying times? Would you like to have the blessing of the Empire?
Hey. Hey.
Okay. Well, you see, Doom Rider. You know what's funny is I don't even remember anymore. It has been so long since that quest hook failed that I actually don't remember where I was going with it. Contract and recover from the bubonic plague. Oh my gosh. I got tuberculosis. Does that count? I have, Spartan, although only tidbits of it. It actually wasn't my thing. Yeah, we're literally bribing people to vote, which is just hysterical. I don't know, those honey crepes sound pretty good. But you can't go wrong with a bowl of meat and cheese. Come on. This game has actually surpassed several expansions of MMOs, yes. So, that's the thing. No, I'm looking for a person. It's alright. while I'm looking for this person, that's an interesting question. How many games have we surpassed already? As a count, complete a mythical legend. Wow. Yeah, that's... wow. Okay, so this game is longer than Baldur's Gate 3, obviously, which is our longest non-MMO. This is also longer than Shadowbringers. All of the Sith content in Tor. Stormblood, Heavensward. I think those are the only real noteworthy ones. If this keeps going super longer, we'll actually surpass ARR and the Republic content in a bit here. Actually, yes, Blade of All. Kind of. It's more like there's a soft cap. Cap at which it just kind of stops mattering. Okay, this is ridiculous. Where's the stupid person? Okay. I did play it all. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh?
Have a shroom.
Oh.
Something from CC. Yeah, pretty obvious from the look of it. You know, people keep talking up the CC brand stuff, but it never really clicked with me. I know the lady works hard, but most of us farmers around here aren't too precious about our clothes. But thanks for the mushroom. Mighty nice of you. Yep, enjoy the bribe, buddy. There she is.
Oh.
Can hardly call this a field yet. He'll need a lot more work.
Oh.
Yep, yep, yep. This is the Hatano school field.
Ah.
Have a shroom.
Ah.
Interesting. And that should just leave. Mana.
Oh. 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 Oh.
That would be really funny, That's me. Suspicious. You're suspicious? Yeah, you're the first actually suspicious guy I've met. I could tell as soon as I saw you. Oh, but I'm not supposed to talk to the suspicious ones. No shady folks allowed. Have every royal court in the world speak your court language. Yeah, I was gonna say, that just means conquer the map. How do few players have that? Sweeping the map is a very common thing.
Yeah.
There she is.
Oh. Yeah.
Nope, that's not her.
Ah. Oh.
Yep. nope, that's who I'm missing. Are you this person? Oh, if only Savicom was here. Because that broom is not a rake.
Oh.
They say Kuko's memory only lasts for 3 steps, but my memory is better than that. 3 days, though, there might be a problem.
Oh.
Have a mushroom, my dear, now that you've taken over the farm for your husband. There's a lot of ways you can prepare mushrooms. They're tasty on their own, too. I just like them. That's when they're food. When you make them fashion, you lose me. It wasn't so long ago that doing stuff like that was completely unheard of here. The farm families don't know what to make of it either. Can you blame them? Okay, that's all of them. So you're saying you have to run around with and force everyone to learn French at the sword point. I like that idea.
No.
You've delivered my gifts. Well done. That ought to help a few of those reed voters see the light. Here you are. An actually useful item.
No.
As long as you're on Team CC, I expect you to eat it and first. I ain't gonna eat that. I'm gonna cook that. Okay, so now what?
No.
Whatever do you mean, Eva? Okay. What? You can have more than 3 lines? Sorry. Where the hell's his house? Okay. We need to guess which one of these houses is the mayor's house. What's the matter? You can tell me, weirdly handsome dude.
Huh?
Aren't you the asshole who was like a dick in the last game? Yes, I understand how weird that sentence sounds literally.
Oh.
Yep. I lost my head a little there. I'm not too proud of the way I behaved. But don't you worry about me. I have a couple tricks about get up my sleeve against CC. I might not be able to pull one of them off in time for the mayoral election, so I'm focusing on the second plan, to bring back a taste. Way back when, my grandfather worked with someone from the village to create a special kind of food. It was too ahead of its time to catch on, so it never went further than the first trial run. But I never forgot it. Even today, I can still recall the gooey mouthfeel of one bite that my grandfather shared with me. At the back of my mind, I've always wanted to make a signature staple of this village. If I could accomplish that, then I have something that could stand up to CC. Except I can't remember who in the village my grandfather worked with or what they made. Now that I think about it, it also had a unique pungent scent. If I could just smell that aroma.
Oh.
Yes. Here, have some cheese.
No.
This is it. This is just what my father's looking for. My grandfather developed it with a fellow villager. Cheese? Your grandfather's invention was... cheese. Also, how does that... like, that sounds really hard to do, Lord Herman, specifically because, like... you'd have to have the pre-FTL experiment that exists, then it has to fail, and then it has to be in breach of galactic law. Still, I'd do that, yeah, 100%.
No.
It makes sense my grandfather would have worked with someone from the farm. It's a miracle Koya not only found the recipe, but managed to reproduce it. But this is great news. We're going to make Hateno cheese a village staple. Let me pay you for that cheese. Holy crap, 100 gold. Rupees, whatever. I'll ask the Hateno general store and some traveling merchants to add to their wares, too. Cool. Oh, that's done now? Yep, there goes. Okay. So now we need... excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am, thank you. Yep, the girl who's constantly turning our milk into cheese. Apparently I need his wife's quest, too? This is not very clear. Excuse me, do you have a quest?
Huh?
You're the customer I saw, aren't you? You know, from when they were talking about whether to go through the election or not. It's become something of a hassle. They're both so stubborn. I wish they'd clear the air between them and end this silly quarrel once and for all. But I have something else in my mind. I have to take care of this before the mayoral election starts.
Ma.
Don't mind lending me an ear. I won't mince words. It's about my husband. He hasn't been satisfying me in bed, and just one look at you and your proud pose and your odd markings and the weird skull you're wearing on your head. He shits himself in our shed every night. I don't have the faintest idea what he's up to. When I ask, he just says, it's a secret, and I can't get another peep out of him. I hate the idea of a stupid... You want me to stalk your husband, and she wants me to stalk her sister. Right. Hugh, do you do? Ooh, a fabric rework service. Well, I've got a few of these, so... Yep, that's great. That's a good question, Evo. The nostalgic fabric, haha. Oh my god, look at the Hudson one. Jesus. I kind of like the Monster Control one. Let's do that. How are you going to... Oh, okay. I can accept that. Mushroom. I mean... I'd quote the internet meme, but nobody here is old enough to have heard of it, I'm sorry. Sorry. You're all young'uns with your whippersnapping. 51. Wow. Yeah, that sounds pretty easy, Lord Harriman. Liberate the Empire to have a Crusader. Ugh. Like, that just means get Crusader, and then wait for someone else to conquer for a bit, and then go knock them out, right? Listen, Harith. I'm an old man. Wait. Hang on. We'll do one. Just one. Only one. If we have room for it. Which we do. Okay. Acorn. Damn it, Evo. We're actually almost out of the acorns. That's funny. Acorn, wheat. We are out of wheat, actually. That's right. I totally, definitely planned for this run to happen when the Masterworks was released. I actually was aware of the fact that the Masterworks was being released. So yeah, link it, Act. Let's hear it. Let's see how bad the damage is. Second. Here we go. Okay, it needs to be 10 p.m., which it currently is. I don't know where her house is. Like, isn't this her house? Where is she? Ah, here we go. What do we got? What do we got? This is really disinteresting looking. Okay, check this out. So here's the timeline, right? Here's the official timeline. First of all, let's get the easy part out of the way. It doesn't try to connect it to the rest of the Zelda games. Thank God. So, Hylia entrusts the safeguarding of the secret stones to the Zonai. The Zonai prosper on the surface and simultaneously begin development in the depths. The Zonai then abandon the surface and ascend to the sky. Mining operations in the depths continue. Then there's the Zonai Heavenly period. No timeline, no numbers for any of this, by the way. Then the Zonai prosper in the sky. Then Hyrule's kingdom has a founding period, and various local tribes form communities on the surface. The Gerudo, the Zonai form their own distinct country, and the Zonai set about building structures everywhere on the surface to the benefit of those living there. Facing the danger of a looming collapse, the Zonai return to the surface. The Zonai mingle with the surface dwellers, but their population continues to steeply decline. Rauru of the Zonai and the Hylian priestess Sonia are wed. They begin their pilgrimage of exorcism. The Hyrule Kingdom is founded. Rauru is the first king. Zelda shows up. The birth of the Demon King Ganondorf. Sonia dies, imprisoning war. He is sealed. The decaying Master Sword shows up. Minera sheds her mortal body. Zelda swallows her stone. The Great Sky Island is launched into the sky. Hyrule Castle is constructed. And it doesn't even say how long ago it is. It literally lists it as the era of the Era of the Age of the Gods is what it's listed as. It is actually named the same thing as a mythical period of Japanese history regarded as occurring after creation and ending with the first human emperor, Jummu. It is a time of prehistory and mystique, where the gods lived amongst mortals and had deep connection with the world and everyday things. This appears to be reflected in Hyrule's history as well. Cool. So, 1 billion years ago, more than 10,000 years ago, Hyrule prospers, Calamity Ganon appears. The royals and the hero combine their power to seal Ganon away. Ganon is revived and sealed away many times. Civilization is advanced by technology possessed by the Sheikah. Calamity Ganon revives. In addition to the royal princess and the hero, the Sheikah build the divine beasts, as well as a mechanical army of guardians. The king of Hyrule at this time enforces a tyrannical rule against the Sheikah to abandon their technology. The Sheikah splinter into a moderate faction and a militant faction. The militant faction formed the Yiga. Then, 100 years ago, the Calamity. The resurrection of Ganon is prophesied. The ancient Sheikah relics are unearthed. The king of Hyrule selects 4 exceptional people from 4 tribes and the swordsman Link. Calamity Ganon revives. The divine beasts fall into his hands. The 4 champions lose their lives. The royal castle is finished. Hyrule Kingdom is destroyed. Link is on the verge of death. He's taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Princess Zelda awakens. She restrains Calamity Ganon. 100 years pass. Zelda does her thing. Ganon does his thing. Link does his thing. Sheikah towers emerge. Ganon is suppressed. Zelda is freed. The divine beasts and other ancient Sheikah relics disappear. Princess Zelda begins the restoration efforts. Pura and Robbie develop the Pura Pad. The historical survey team is established. The survey team established their base in central Hyrule, later called Lookout Landing. Skyview Towers are constructed. Sheikah Elder Impa retires. Her granddaughter Paya is elected new chief. The Rito Elder Kaneli retires, and the Yunobo of the Gorons establishes Yunobo-ko. Gloom begins to appear from below Hyrule Castle. Link and Princess Zelda set out to investigate. Demon King awakens. Link suffers serious injury. Rauru's arm carries him to the Sky Island. Drag. Princess Zelda with the Pura Pad goes into the past. The upheaval happens. Hyrule Castle rises into the air. Mysterious ruins rain down from the sky. Unusual phenomena occur in various communities. The Zonai team begin investigating the ruins. In the depths, the Monster Control Group is formed. The search for Princess Zelda begins. Link awakens on the Sky Island, receives the Pura Pad, and has a chance meeting with Rauru. Shadowed by the Demon King, the Decayed Master Sword transcends time and goes into the past. The 4 sages are awakened. King Dorphin retires. Minoru awakens. Master Sword, fully revitalized, is returned to Link's hand, and we kill the Ganondorf at the end. So, cool. Where is this woman's house? Yeah, honestly, not a lot of new information there, if any. The Zonai died out because no answer given, and Hylia made the secret stones, and that's it. Could be worse, but could be better. No, Spartan. And even if it did, it wouldn't count, because, you know. Duh, right. I think you mean Joe Manoski, but yeah, Ross, I agree with you. You know, I don't remember when I first heard the term Nothing Burger. It was quite a while ago at this point. Yep, the silo. But yeah, I could see that. Doesn't matter how we get there, we just want to get there. Yes, Ross.
Ooh.
I'm free to enjoy another of my late-night meals in secret.
Ma.
How I enjoy my nightly vegetables. The shine, the luster, the fragrance. Yes, indeed. Now this is luxury dining. So scrumptious. The crisp, smooth taste is a sign they were grown on a diet of pure water. Thanks to the farmer's deft touch and the quality of the soil, I can even eat the skin without misgivings. Reminder, she's saying all of this to herself alone in a room where she's hiding. Honestly, vegetables from anywhere but Hateno simply do not count. They're nowhere near as filling. Though I've built a reputation on flash and glamour, here in private, I must admit, the simple, unadorned things are best. There's simply no denying it, alas. But now that I'm full for tonight, it's best I return home. If I don't return quickly, Sophie may start to suspect something. Yep, so I did it. Something evil. Really, Dean Medine? I mean, that sounds like food porn, so that makes sense. Lots of Japanese games have food porn, including this one, by the way. I thought she'd been hiding something big. Is that really all there was to it? I know my sister says a lot about charisma and style and has to do everything in the most ostentatious way possible. But between you and me, her tastes are pretty plain. She loves the slow life here in Hateno. She probably told you she came back here because of the development or whatever. Truth is, she just wanted to eat the vegetables grown in her hometown again. Anyway, I'm sure that's the case. I'm glad it wasn't something scandalous. Have some iron shrooms. Why didn't they just work together instead of going to these weird, bizarre lengths? That's fine. Alright, now we gotta stalk the other guy. Stalk mode engaged again. These tomatoes slowly arise into their true golem form. I don't have any wheat, Bionic Monk. Hang on, let's see if they sell wheat. Let's see if they sell wheat.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Lord Aramont. I didn't know you could do that. That is rice. There's some cheese. No wheat.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Day of the Triffids, that sounds familiar. That really does sound familiar, Spartan, which probably says something about me. Times crisis. Yeah, that sounds like death. Straight up death. What can I say? I've never survived any crisis. I've only seen like 3. One of which is on camera and absolutely rolled over us. Just rolled over everything. It was actually quite funny. Very not funny kind of way. Hey, there's multiple 100,000 strong fleets coming at you. Oh, okay. I guess I'll die then. The specific instance I'm referring to, the one that was on camera, was Flesh. I firmly believe Hateno's vegetable charm. Vegetable charm! I firmly believe that Hateno Village's charm is the delicious vegetables and milk from our farms. But there's no denying that these things just aren't resonating with the youth nowadays. And I've got no business being mayor if I can't fix that. So I got together with Knack, the best farmer in these parts, and we came up with a new type of pumpkin. The color, shape, and appearance are based on CC brand aesthetic, which is popular with the young folk. We hit a snag, though. It might be a bit before we can achieve our goal of shipping the pumpkins out. I just leave now? Yep, okay, cool. Hey, who girl? Thank you, as always. Much appreciate. Much obliged. Well, I'm actually not aware of it, Lord Haramut, so go ahead and don't tell me about it, please. And yes, it is 3 now. And will be for a long, long time. Yakuza, like the Dragon, the Resident Evil block, and Overlord. So, yeah, I don't stream. I mean, I stream 10 hours a day, Grand Brother, but I do take a pause to, you know, eat in the middle of it. I know, that's very selfish of me.
Ma.
You say he's developing a new kind of pumpkin. So that's why he's been consulting with Knack so often. He could have just asked Cece about it directly. But I know he's too hardworking and stubborn for that. It's kind of a relief to find out the truth. A lot of things make sense now. Like when I went to Ventus Clothing. It's so obvious in hindsight. Sorry, that's between me and my husband. Thank you for promising to look into this, mate. Here's a reward. Have some tomatoes.
Ma.
Start eating to your schedule. They should be setting up for the mayoral election by now, don't you think? Let's go head over and see Sophie. Alright. Congrats, Grand Brother. Still doing your 3-heart run, or excuse me, 4-heart run? Alright, let's do it. Election time. And now, without further ado, let's have each of our candidates say a few words. Hi, I'm Reed. I believe that the heart of our village is its pastoral culture. We've built a close-knit, self-sufficient lifestyle here in Hateno, and I don't want to see us lose that. My plan is to strengthen our community with new local specialties, starting with our brand new Hateno cheese.
Ooh.
I am the world-renowned Sisse, Hyrule's premier fashion designer. But you know this, of course. Together we can turn this backwater village into Hyrule's go-to destination for all things stylish. Vegetables don't make the world go round. It's glamour that rakes in the cash. And nobody knows glamour like me, darlings. Fashion comes and goes. Your style is trendy now, but it'll be over soon, and then where will we be? Nonsense. It's trends that shape the world, not the other way around. That's enough! I'll kill both of you. I'll eat your dogs. Sorry. Both of you are just arguing for more of what you like, not about what's best for Hateno. Yeah, they're politicians. You can't fool me, Cece. You've loved simple plain things forever, including the vegetables of Hateno Village. I know for a fact you hide in the silo at night to snack on vegetables. What? She even says moi, Butterpunk. Where did you get such curious notion? And you read your secrets out too. I know why you've been secretly studying Cece's designs in the shed. You think there's something there you can use to get the youth to care about vegetable farming. Who went and told you that? Cece, I can't deny, I should have made me happy that you came in and livened up the village. No, Reed, it is I who should be ashamed. My childish pride will not allow me to admit the truth. Trends and style made the name on our built on the foundation of traditional cultures our forebears worked for.
No.
Please forgive me, everyone. I'm sorry too.
Ooh.
Sophie? Sorry, Sophie, I hereby withdraw my candidacy. Cece, wait. I'd be a fool to pretend you're not the reason our village is flourishing. I don't want to deny you your due.
Ma.
Did I hear you say you're working on a new vegetable to attract the youth of today? That sounds like a Cece worthy endeavor. Nothing wrong with asking if you can help, you know. People of Hateno, we've come to a decision. The best way to keep Hateno Village vibrant is to work together to combine traditional value with new ideas. We're not going to consult any of you on this, even though this is literally called an election. So none of you have a say in this. I'm sorry, that was cute and all, but, like, did you notice? They just decided, yeah, no, we're doing this. And all the people are just like, yay, we'll go along with it because we have no voice. One of us! One of us! Sophie and Clavia told me what you did on our behalf. Thanks to you, Hateno Village is thriving once more. We'll have to reward such fine work, huh? Okay. Do you have to? I'm sure that's not deliberate. It's just funny.
Ooh.
I knew, of course, you'd been in cahoots with Sophie, but I never dreamed you'd also been conspiring with Clavia. Still, and all, we can call that election a success. Can we? Was that election successful? Do you remember what we discussed when you first came here? The Cece hat is the latest masterpiece. Luxurious cars, the avant-garde colorway. Everything about that hat is perfect, so I've been saving it to bequeath to the perfect model, which is you. Don't worry, I will never put it on. Thank you.
No. Ooh.
I will literally never wear this.
No. Ma.
Well, there's the Royal Guard outfit, and that's the Hylian tunic. Which, I mean, sure, whatever, here, have some money. So why not? I think we have some Royal Guard in this. Yeah, there it is. The Royal Guard cap. Okay. Excellent. There's only one thing left to do. Figure out where those coordinates are. Okay, so that's down. Nope. Up. And right. Upright of here. You probably shouldn't just take one. Thanks, game. Never, Ross. We actually really do have 2 less things left to do. We're not going to beat the game tonight. That's 100%. We'll beat it tomorrow. Get some good rest, Evo, and feel better. Actually, I agree with you, Giga Pudding. Strangely enough. No, I think that's a positive. It was cute, it was fun. It's the closest thing to a proper quest we've had in the entire game, really. You know, the kind of quest I would expect from an RPG. I agree, Giga. Alright, okay, so... Baby's first politicians. Let's try up here. Nope, I'm apparently wrong. It's down here. It's right here. I really hope it's a good game, Giga. Like, literally just for your sake at this point. Wait, really, Bionic Punk? Wow. I don't think we were recording... I don't think we were archiving stream VODs back then. At the time, we assumed it was a bug, because what happened was it was the flesh dudes, right? And they spawned, I want to say about 100,000 strong fleets. And every time they took a new planet, it would spawn another 100,000 strong fleet. At the point we were at, because it was a multiplayer match, we had an average fleet strength of maybe like 2,000-3,000. So yeah, we got completely rolled. I mean, that would be bonkers, Giga. And has happened. We went straight from Mega Man X7, well, 6 and 7 to 8, but also then 11, which is the real point I was making. Oh, I have no idea, Act. That startled me. I didn't expect to see anyone else in here. Did you also come here in search of a treasure after hearing about the ancient manuscript from Coda? Oh, that's not it? You just happened upon this place. I'm here with Finley. She's the best person I've ever met, so there's no better person to treasure hunt with. Back in Zora's domain, Finley's mother Coda showed us the ancient manuscript.
Aww.
I don't believe what it said. Long, long ago at Tarn Point, a blessed stone was hidden away within a sacred shrine. It was a magnificent shrine that was overflowing with blessings. That's what it said, or something like that at least. I know it's an ancient manuscript and all, but the writing lacked clarity, if you asked me. I was a bit skeptical at first. But come on, it's a sacred shrine. I was going to hide treasure. That's exactly where I'd leave it. Finley was so convinced she declared, "Treasure hunt, ahoy!" And next thing I knew, she'd left for Zora's domain. She was so excited, and where Finley goes, so I go. So here I am. We made it all the way to this cave as a team. But then Finley swam ahead of herself and went deep inside the cave. Lag behind, she hollered back at me. Easier said than done, I'm afraid. Finley thinks I'm capable of anything. She really is such a sweetheart. I've been training like mad, but I'm just not a good swimmer. I found a perfect little raft. I thought maybe I could ride it to her location. Nope. Water in this cave goes up and down drastically, so even if you manage to get going, you end up on a rock. I have no way forward, so I'm not sure what to do. I promised. Of course we'll find the treasure getting editing for you. That's what I said. What should I do? Okay, turn yourself into a Korok. One should be sufficient. Interesting. Two Giga Pudding, counting this one. Yeah, I noticed no quests went to the school. I guess we could go poke at that. I mean, there is functionally no way in hell that we're actually finishing Endgame today. Even if I went to start fighting the final fight right now, we have a final audit to do, don't forget. And, yeah, I don't think I'm going to have time, so... Dude, can you stop freaking out for like 5 seconds, please? Whoop. Just do these other 140 quests, lore. Panic attack rising. Oh. These two. Son, look at you. You're so pale. Are you alright? I'm fine, really. Sorry I kept you waiting. I was gonna say, if you remember, we talked about this in Breath. They weren't actually romantically connected in the original, and then they added that for some reason. I don't see any treasure like I was imagining. How disappointing. Finley, we journeyed to this cave all the way from Zora's domain in search of treasure. It was really tough, but the two of us have the memory of seeing the sacred shrine together. It means more to me than any treasure ever could. Aw. Our little treasure hunt was a blast. I'll never forget it. You're right. This memory is the greatest treasure of all, truly. Thank you so much for bringing me all the way out here. It's because of you that Finley and I have this treasured memory. Oh, that reminds me, I need to reward you. Here, take this trash. Thanks. Sweet, more trash. Appreciate it. How about we head back to Zora's domain? I can't wait to tell Coda. The story from the ancient manuscript was real. That sounds delightful. However, let's make sure we hold hands as we swim back so we don't get separated again. Sounds difficult, but if what you want, okay. Let's just take it easy on the way back. He was never heard from again. She got hungry. And he became rations. Yes, the sheet is as up to date as it's getting right now. We just do still have to do the final audit, which, you know, sometimes catches stuff that I miss, but for the most part, the sheet is very up to date. We're looking at a mostly finalized thing right now. Yeah, this is... Unless this little thing adds anything, which I don't expect it will. This is it. We're staring at the pre-outro score. Well, this is the last side adventure. No really style. There might be other side quests we do, that's up to Frieza. But this is it for side adventures. I sort of deliberately left this one for last. Because this was one of the 5 vector quests we got at the very beginning of the game, if you remember. It was the 4 regional quests, and then this. Frieza, if you make me upgrade the horse, I have no choice but to obey, for I am, as ever, your dancing monkey. But please don't make me upgrade the horse. Just as, you know, a personal request. Cook meals, get stats. Cool. That sounds about right. There's gotta be a lot of stuff here. I'm not even halfway through the health bar. 3 meals per upgrade, damn. I mean, in my defense, these are blacks, whites, and blues. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna run over this place. Yeah, at the moment we're pretty solid on grind negatives. I sincerely doubt we're gonna somehow come up with new ones for that at this stage. I look forward to being proven wrong. No, for real. I think we're locked in. Speaking of which, if you haven't gotten in your guessing game guesses, this is probably a really good time to do so. Because other than the outro, this score isn't moving much. Like, even if this is good or bad, It's one quest, right? I was actually wondering why they got rid of the teleport sound. Who knows, I guess. I will say the density of this game is going to be interesting to calculate when we get there. I'm actually pretty curious if it's going to break one plus per hour, you know? Because I don't know. Pancakes has a very good track record of guessing correctly. Like a disturbingly good track record of guessing correctly. Do it. Cheat your brains off. I don't know why brains are going off all over the place today. I don't know what's up with that. Don't ask me. Okay, where's like the one enemy I haven't killed? Hello, monster. Are you? Come out wherever you're dead. Okay, for real. Where the hell? I appreciate you not guessing a meme number. And not just because I automatically disqualify meme numbers. What's it called, Dakota? Or I guess, what is it? Might be a better question. Yeah, I glanced at the new Twitch mobile UI because I was showing some shorts to my family. Clips, but not a fan. Okay. Sounds honestly quite amusing. By all means, tell me where this jackass is. I figured I just missed someone somewhere. Well, it's pretty simple, Act. If someone guesses 42 or 69, then they're memeing. Oh, 420, I guess, would also be a meme number, yes. Hello. Goodbye.
Hmm? Oi!
Yeah, we don't often get a game that's up in the 400s range. In fact, I think we have, what, like 5 total games that are up that high?
Huh?
If we have a game that is at 133, sure. If we have a game that's at 800, you can win and enjoy that one. These horrible monsters are gone. Yay! This lone warrior type showed up out of nowhere and took out every monster in the village by himself.
Ma.
You look like a strong breeze could roll you over, but you are solid as stone. You know who I am. You built my house, dude.
Oh!
I was so relieved that everyone in the village escaped uninjured. But it was still awful. All I could do was watch as they overran our home. If you hadn't come, this village might have been ruined beyond repair. We owe you a great debt. Thank you.
Oh.
Good news is, if we work together, we can rebuild.
Oh! Oh!
Tell you what, if you guess a meme thing, I will accept being a jerk on that. I just really get sick of people doing meme numbers. That's really all that boils down to. But if you guess a meme number, and it is exactly correct, then I'll give it to you. I've actually done that before, by the way. But if you guess a meme number and it's the closest, yep. Of course, once the village is rebuilt, I'll show you how warm our hospitality can be. That sounds ominous. Okay, so let's do it. Let's rebuild the place. Now that the pirates are gone, even the air itself feels clean again. I can't thank you enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, the place is kind of smashed. Sorry, when I say exactly, I mean solid number. Like, if it's 69.835 or whatever, sure, take it. Logs and Hylian rice. Well, I can help with that.
Huh?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I guess 666 would be a meme number too, but like again, just like 420, it's pretty unlikely that'll ever come up, so that's whatever.
Hi. Ah.
20 rice and
Ma.
whatever logs. Yeah, 69 is a number that is likely to happen. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've had a 69. No. We're not going to do that. No, I'm not. I would like to think I am not that much of a dick. I could be wrong. Hang on. Let's see here. Have we had any meme numbers? So nothing even in the 400 range. We've only had 2 games in the 400 range, and both of them are MMOs, so that's completely off the table. We have had 2 69s. Mega Man X4 and TIE Fighter. We have had 4 42s. Bloodstained, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Doom 64, and Stanley Parable. And like I said, the other ones are whatever. I guess in the negatives, we don't have any negatives in that. So. So I'm guessing I don't have 15 logs on me. That does fit. I have 42.
Ah. Oh. Mm-hmm.
You've got to be kidding me, Frieza.
Oh.
And I have to do it without using palm trees, aka the only type of... Okay. I can work with that. Oh, that's a good point. Let me double check. Because I agreed with that positive, but I don't remember if we wrote it down. It would have been right about here. And yeah, no, looks like we didn't. Thank you for double checking me on that, just to ask. Okay, so let's see how far we have to go to get to some logs. Because I already have an idea. But, you know, let's just get this rolling. Because interestingly enough, I already have something prepped for this. I could use the hauler. No, I just spaced, so again, thank you. The hauler's not fast, but it's efficient and it's very all-terrain. So let's do it. It's not as all-terrain as the Abomination, but, you know. What else? What is? Hey, off the deeper end. I was hoping you could clarify your earlier statement, because you were leaving, so I didn't want to bug you about it as you were leaving. But you mentioned that all my Zelda runs are incomplete? Question mark. Do those count as logs? I mean, there's only 8 of them. Whatever. Look out. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's a no. Those are planks. Or beams, not logs. I'm sorry, how many do I need again? 15? God damn it. You know, there's other ways we could go about this, I'm just saying. Like, is this seriously something you want to engage in? What's funny is I thought that was pretty suspicious on approach, and it's like, oh, whatever. Anyways, moving on. I didn't take their damn bananas. That's a good point. I was leaning towards, I know this sounds harsh, but a single humor positive. The reason why that's only one is because I think the game, most of the individual moments that are funny get their own positives. But I do think that there's enough general humor to qualify for what is functionally an aggregate. Oh my god. No, it's gonna cook the meat. And it cooked the meat. Well, okay, whatever. Why'd you do it? Alright, these count as non-palm trees? Actually, these don't even look like I can knock these over. Okay. Alright. New plan. Abandon everything. Forever. Give up. Kill self. Become a fascist. Humor positive. So, when you actually had Yunobo in the party, he would say, "I can do it!" in like this really unique tone. And it's the tone that sells it. Because he sounds like he's just been cut straight to his core. Like he's completely shocked, right? Like he just found out that like lizards have just eaten the world or something. Like it's just, oh my god, is kind of the tone, right? And it doesn't really sound in the moment like he's saying, I can do it. It sounds like he's saying, why did you do it? Hence the meme, why'd you do it? No. It's funny that they're all cripplingly addicted to drugs. Don't eat it now, bonehead. Oh my god. Language. Now, see, if I was enterprising, I'd find an audio clip of that, and I would turn that into my donation voice. Every time someone donates, I just hear, why'd you do it? Thank you for the sub, Little Billy. Always appreciate. No, that would get old. That would get old. Pokemon, Soul Silver, Bug Fables, Trails in the Skyblock. Done. I don't think anybody wants to hear that every time they donate, frankly. Unless, you know what, that might convince people to not donate. It might be a valid strategy. Not a bad idea, Dragon Player. No, what you're thinking of is the first time I reviewed Epic 10, or Low Run, I forget which. And I had the mod on, where every voice clip was ha ha ha. Which we turned off almost immediately, because of course we did. It was pretty funny for like 5 minutes. And then it very quickly stopped being funny. As most jokes like that typically. say that, Giga. And that just proves that you truly are mad. Which makes sense. Hmm. 150-ish, Ross, I would say. Off the top of my head. Maybe lower. The fear meme, I deliberately stopped a very long time ago. It was one of those traditions with no purpose, which I'm not a big fan of in general. I'm not a fan of anything with no purpose. But also, and there is another reason we stopped doing that, it was starting to hurt my throat. Oh, it's going to beat breath. Pretty much guaranteed, despite the extra length. Okay. So how bad is this cliff we're looking at? I know, that's why I was just... Saving won't save them. There's no reason to save. Screw it. We're gonna do what my original plan was. We're just gonna move it up here. No. I mean, honestly, and this is my honest opinion, Echoes is either going to be a 100+ game, or it's not. And I know that sounds like a duh, but what I mean by that is, if it's not, then we have issues. Oh, Jesus. Go away. Go away. Okay. Crap. That distracted me enough that this might be awful. Okay, so it's the middle pillar. It's the middle pillar. Cool. That's not what I wanted to have happen at all. Great. It's true. Honestly, screw that. I wanted to nail both. Oh my god, look at that. Look how low that's riding. Look at that weight. I can't even get on the thing. Okay, you know what? I can actually work with this, believe it or not. Because now there's a barrier if I let go of it accidentally. The shock absorbers on the wheels will help with that. Echoes will probably have very little story, yes. It would be nice if the story that's there is good, but I'm not expecting much. Maybe it's, say, Link's Awakening levels of story, which isn't exactly bad, it's just there's not much there, right? Although I don't remember what Link's Awakening's final story score was, so maybe ignore me. Plus 16. That's actually pretty solid. Yeah, no, that's kind of the direction I was thinking, Jesse's Mask. Because I'm pretty sure... I stink ice. I'm pretty sure Link's Awakening didn't really have a lot of story negatives. I'm not even sure it had any, to be honest with you. I don't know. If only I had a website where I kept track of that kind of thing. Which I'd look up right now, but I'm kind of busy, as you may remember. Okay, so we're going to have to drop this thing. Push it out, and then push it down, and let it go. Perfect. That's really not what I wanted to have happen. But the good news is it didn't break, which is the important part. Yep, we still have all 15. Cool. This is just what it feels like playing as Magneto, right here. Just walking in town. Yeah, I brought your stuff. Oh God, where's the guy? Where's the guy? Oh, there he is. I see him. I see him. Here you go. Dude. Dude. Dude.
Ah. Oh. Hmm.
Where did my ride go? He j- Here's an odd thought for you, Ross. Imagine Nintendo in the Star Trek setting. Yeah, remove all that excess greed, aggravations of resources, investors, you know. Just a bunch of people who want to make the best possible games they can and have tons of resources with which to do so. What kind of Zelda and Mario and Mega Man and whatever else games do you think we could have under those circumstances?
Oh.
Okay.
Ah. Mahak. Ah.
Or gimmicks. What would okay, so like, what would a Star Trek gimmick to a Zelda game be? Like, what kind of insane stuff could they come up with there? Okay. I mean, holodeck isn't a gimmick at that point. It's just what it is, right? You have to actually tap every time you want to talk to someone. Tap, tap, tap. I mean, I would, Lunaruth, but then again, I'm weird. Yeah, you just get the master phaser. God damn it. I think I screwed up already here. I mean, yeah, Lunaruth. Like, I'm sorry, but the holodeck will never be able to recreate, and I'll use a specific example here. Mega Man. Don't mistake me. The idea of being able to sit and actually be Rock as he's running around doing Mega Man stages certainly sounds appealing. But, like, that's just not the same thing. It's not playing a Mega Man game at that point. It's playing a holonovel that is Mega Man themed. I mean, if nothing else, the fundamental gameplay is completely different, right? Oh no, that would be so good, Ross! Alright, sorry. Like, to put this into slightly different parallels, it's kind of like saying that you wouldn't want to read a book anymore after video games exist. Because, you know, one is just so objectively better because you've been grown up in the era of the video game, right? But as both history and preference have proven, that's not true. Theater didn't go away when movies showed up either. To use another example. No. You make perfect sense, Lord Paramount. What I meant was, like, imagine if Nintendo existed in Star Trek in universe, and then the Trek idealized Nintendo made a Zelda game.
Oh. Hug.
Nice.
Ma. Ma.
I was hiding out in the Gerudo region, but it's just a sand as far as the eye can see. I miss the ocean so much I had to come back. I'm stunned you fixed my inn up. I must give you a thank you gift. 5 volt fruit. Nice.
Ah.
Okay, I meant like a non-evil version. Lord Paramount.
Hug. Ah.
Yeah, let's do the restaurant next.
Ah.
No, I've actually commented on this before. Video games do not exist in Trek. And I know everyone brings up the holodeck when they contradict that, but I stand by my statement. And as I just mentioned to Luneruth, I have actually put time and thought and effort into this opinion. There are no video games in Trek. There's just the holodeck. And remember, the holodeck is recent. It was brand new, untested tech as of the beginning of TNG. Which actually, ironically, makes it contradict Deep Space Nine, but let's not talk about that right now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's funny. For the Trek lore run, when we went through the game... Yeah, a sec.
Ah.
Okay. When we were covering that for the lore run, the lore runny agreed without me even having to comment on it that that's not a game. It's a lot closer to Mobage than anything else, right? In fact, it's literally an idle game. We actually literally have mobile games that are like that. They're called idle games. You set up a few things and then you sit and watch. That's exactly what it was in the game. That's right. Trek predicted Mobage. Actually, there is a quality to idle games. Or rather, I guess I should say there can be a quality to idle games. A well-designed idle game is one that not only escalates but rewards you. And so that at a certain point you're really starting to progress. A bad idle game is one that's designed to rip money out of you.
Oh.
They do have space chess, which fans have come up with rules for over the years. I couldn't get very far into Cookie Clicker. Not because I physically was incapable, but because it got so gross that it was actually starting to bother me. If you've never played Idle Cookie Clicker, that probably sounds like a weird statement, but no, trust me. It gets pretty gross. Right about when the Cthulhu monsters start showing up. And the grandmothers start warping into flesh monstrosities. Yes, those are real things that happen.
Ma.
But no, Dean is right. Even though video games were already a thing in the late 80s, when TNG really got going, TNG was made by the TOS cast, right? There's a reason I call TNG Season 1 TOS Season 4. And it shows. Those people were old and extremely out of date and had no idea what the NES was, and probably barely knew anything about the Atari or the Commodore. Like, for a bit of perspective, let's actually look this up. Now you got me thinking. Hang on. I know this is a bad comparison, but in 1987, which is when TNG came out, we already had games like Bubble Bobble, Double Dragon. Let's see, what else do we have here? Zelda 2 had already come out. Dragon Quest 2. Looks like Castlevania 2, Punch-Out had come out. Renegade, Gauntlet. So, like, not some of the best NES stuff ever, but still, NES games had already reached their second iteration, for the most part. And it started pushing forward into new things like R-Type. There's another one that just came out. Kid Icarus, Metroid, Metal Gear. Oh yeah, and Final Fantasy. Forgot about that one. And Phantasy Star, while we're on the subject. And Maniac Mansion, and Space Quest 2. That was a pretty big year for games. I just came in to check on my restaurant at my house. I was so worried about them. Was it you? Did you fix them? Exactly, Blade Jabal. I'm glad you knew exactly what I meant when I said second generation.
Hi.
Ah.
Jesus Christ, Frieza, of course there is. We're beasts of construction. Probably Blue Felix. I didn't look that thoroughly because I don't care that much. I was just curious. Yeah, why did traditional sports die out on Earth?
Oh.
Like frickin' baseball. Baseball died. Of all of the weirdest frickin' things, baseball died in Star Trek on Earth as a sport. Please think about how insane that is for a moment.
Oh.
The in-lore explanation for why is because it was too boring. I'm not joking about that. Yeah, no, I love you, Star Trek, but what? What I'm trying to get across is, obviously, you know, I have a bit of a vested interest in video games because I've been playing video games since I was 3. And it's literally my job now. But no, the Star Trek writers had a general lack of thought, an underthought, you might say, with regards to the world building of how the world evolved. And how the culture of Earth changed after, you know, after the Vulcan moment. I did, Kitten Fan. True, Blue of Alex. Lord knows I remember being very ostracized as a kid for being an NES kid.
Oh. Oh. Ah.
Aw, my old man, rest his soul, left this hot shop to me. Here, have some bombs. There's actually a scene in Enterprise where... Oh, no, it's still underthought, Blue Alex. You can argue that specific point, and I'll even give you that specific point, but I point to the sports thing again. No, what happened was Roddenberry, who was the biggest one who tried to establish what Earth was and how humans were, established a whole lot of things about how he thought things should go and didn't think about them at all because Roddenberry is a terrible world builder. And then everyone else kept doing that because it's Roddenberry's baby. We got to keep doing that. There's a scene in Enterprise where there's these two dudes, and they're on opposite ends of this giant cargo bay, and they're just casually throwing a football in low G towards each other. Oh, well, then yeah, I'll give you that. Like I said, Blue Phillips, I will give you that. It does irritate me, of course. I'm not gonna lie, but you're right. But yeah, so they're just throwing these footballs at each other, and the level of precision required to throw those kind of passes, even in low G, is actually kind of insane. Smarter people than I have actually talked about how that's the kind of thing that would make actual NFL players blush.
Ah.
I don't know why. I was just reminded of that scene because it's a hilarious scene. Anyways, so how do I feel about the separation between side quests and side adventures? Thumbs up.
Oh.
I like it when tasks are designated as tasks and indicated as such.
Oh.
American football, but yes, Lunareth. So the Trek rewrite, I've actually done a lot of work on the Trek rewrite in a lot of directions. But right now, the Final Fantasy rewrite takes a bit of precedence, and that's being, deprioritized in favor of getting the streaming queue a little bit more cleaned up. And then moving. But having said that, there is a fairly large obstacle to doing the Star Trek rewrite that is still something I consider to be an unsolved problem. And as I haven't 100% decided how to visually present it yet. There's only a few options there, and I don't like any of them for a lot of different reasons. So I'm that's kind of on hold regardless, by sheer virtue of the fact that I'm not sure how to physically do it, even if I magically had the time. I was going to say, this is an interesting setup here. Do quests and time and work to bypass a lot of, well, grind, effectively.
Maha.
The biggest reason I haven't sat down and scripted our FF3, even though I have the outline done, is because I want to finish the outline for every FF first. Like, I've already decided that Eris should make an appearance in FF3, for example. And that's the kind of thing that I can only tell having already done work on FF7. Make sense?
Ah.
Porgies. That does sound terrible, Lord Aramont, admittedly.
Ah.
Tactics is not a part of the FF rewrite. Yes, you did, Blow Up Alex.
Oh.
The idea is that so there's a team of people who were actually present when the Nadanians came down to the blue planet. Those include Doga, Une, and Sand, right? So the idea is we're going to go ahead and either make Eris one of those people, or we're going to make her a part of Seed. I haven't decided which yet. Either way, she's someone who is involved in the live stream team, for lack of a better way to call that. Someone who has been on the ground floor of studying that and understanding that, an actual researcher. The vague idea is that she's not going to be a major character in RFF3. She's going to be there and present and probably part of the overall efforts there, but since RFF3 doesn't really have anything to do with the live stream, she doesn't really majorly intersect the story. Just laying that brick early, right? Then, when we get to FF7, which will be an uncertain amount of time later, we'll go ahead and have her, show up, and now she's had time to work and theorize, and now the live stream is suddenly a huge deal because of the Genova crisis. No. 100% no, Kitten Fan. If I was able to take my time with it, I would have just put it down. If I couldn't... my closest friends know that I actually was putting serious thought into calling this an incomplete game until I managed the dupe trick. I understand the value and benefit of a time-killing game, but 40+ hours spent watching YouTube or movies or shows while playing the game just is not something I'm interested in. Just straight up giving me money now. Thanks.
Whoa!
It's a feast is in order. Do you think I should change my outfit? Yeah, that's what frame drops look like, Jesus. The day the pirates attacked and overran the village, I was desperate to get everyone to safety. Before I knew it, our beloved home was gone. After everyone fled, the only sound coming from Lurlet village was the sound of monsters. I never thought, never dared dream I'd live to see the day we could all laugh together like this again. This moment right now is all thanks to you. Of course, I'm extremely grateful to Bolson as well. No need to thank me. After all, when I first drifted into this village, you all welcomed me with open arms, didn't you? The work I did here, it's just my way of paying that kindness back. Oh, thank you. This village owes you a debt. In fact, I think it's safe to say you are this village's savior. Now, I talked about this with the rest of the folk around here. We do not have enough money or treasure to repay you for saving our home. So the treasure we do have, well, it's this village and everyone in it. So from now on, we'll do everything we can to share our hospitality with you and become the best hub in the game, apparently. A bed for free at any time. Eat at the restaurant free of charge. Treasure chest game, once in a while. Take anything you find in the village. And he's very emotive. What? Well, if you remember, I also became an overpowered death machine very early on in Persona 5, Ross. That probably helped. That was a nice quest. I like that. At this moment, unless Frieza has a wish list for me, we are done with everything other than going and killing Ganondorf. Sorry, Demise. Oh yeah, except for the school. I keep forgetting about the school. Just like in real life. I do remember that, Ross. That would be interesting. I found this ancient Earth artifact. It's called a Super Nintendo. It's funny, actually, if I can say one last thing about the video game thing. They also don't have any real board games or tabletop scene in Star Trek. And if you don't know what I mean by that, don't worry about it. But, like, tabletop is a huge subgenre of geek entertainment. Like, there are lots of different types of board games and tabletop games and all kinds of fun stuff like that. This is my answer to you, Kitten Fan. Well, no. The Satanic Panic had basically died by the time we got to late Trek. But the reason I bring all that up is I made a comment once to Lore Reloaded back when he was still willing to talk to me. And I made the idea, I mentioned the idea that we should have D&D in Star Trek. His reaction was absolutely not, because he thought I meant Dungeons and Dragons, which is, to be fair, is something that I absolutely did say, so that's on me. But what I meant was we should have P&P. We should have pen and paper games. We should have tabletop games in Star Trek. Aw, can't steal the tomatoes. The reason I bring that up specifically is licensing issues are probably the biggest reason why you don't see a SNES in Voyager's time. Because they totally could have done that, but they would have had to pay licensing fees to Nintendo to do that, and you know they weren't even going to bother with that. No, exactly, Blowhawk. That's exactly what I was just leaning into. Like, they can't have the literal thing, but they never even tried an equivalent. Like, the closest we really got was Miles and Bashir's Holodeck Adventures, which are actually pretty cool, and a recurring element that I like about DS9. But that's still as close as we ever got. That's really cute. So we have the Kuka laying an egg, a bunch of mushrooms and the forest, a vase of flowers, and of course Zelda, and of course it's Zelda, holding hands with the kids with the butterflies. That's adorable. Excuse me, but class is in session now. If you need to talk, please do so after we're finished. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, exactly, Dean Bedine. I mean, I don't know how many of you remember this. It was actually considered a fairly major thing when Final Fantasy VIII showed up in the first Charlie's Angels movie. Like, that was a weirdly shocking scene. And people were like, oh my god! And that cost a weird amount of money in multiple directions and several backroom dealings. And there's a whole story about it. It's kind of funny. But it was so rare that you'd see something that directly cross-promoted like that. Because usually those kind of cross-promotions are the really simple things, like, you know, Pepsi, right? Or a car. Not a video game.
Hi.
Hey, he recognizes us. You're back. My apologies for the outpost. Clearly you're back in town, then. What of Princess Zelda? Ah, Princess Zelda's still missing, which is the reason you came here alone. That makes more sense. Zelda built this school, you see. She built this school on rock and roll. She cared so much about the children, I'm sure this would be one of her first stops if she'd returned. Right now we're covering history, which was very important to Princess Zelda. We're focusing on Hyrule's history alongside the Calamity. You know, Link, you're welcome to sit on a session if you'd like.
Yeah.
Today's class will be a history lesson. The story of Hyrule is deeply intertwined with the Calamity, and that is no exaggeration or embellishment. The Calamity has been visited upon the land of Hyrule several times before. Yeah, I know. It was sealed away 10,000 years ago by the sacred princess and a hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness. Isn't that just a fairy tale? Over time, history and legend sometimes blur together. All this stuff about 10,000 years ago and such, who cares? I didn't say anything. Got any pictures or proof to back up this so-called 10,000-year-old calamity? It's no fairy tale, I assure you. These are real historical events. There's just a problem. I need to show them some kind of depiction of the calamity. Otherwise, this lesson is over the word. Link, can you find a picture of the calamity? I am not walking into a school naked, even in a video game. I'm sorry. Lines. Lines. Yes, there's a skull, Ross. Have you not played this game? Okay, so I need rice, extract, and spice. I should have plenty of rice. Yep, okay. Rice, extract, and what else did I just say? Spice. Goron spice. Goron spice. There it is. Okay. We have now made monster curry, which is kind of horrifying when you think about it, but it's okay, whatever. Gonna go with it. I mean, you're just describing every Zelda NPC at this point, just use mask. I'm kidding, that's not true. Majora's Mask didn't do that. I have noticed there's a lot less thirstiness in this one than there was in Breath. There's still some, but not nearly as much. Yeah, exactly, Ross. Yeah, Breath of Fire 2 was just holy crap, and Breath of Fire 3 has a few things. We all know Sidon is our one true love. I mean, I'd say Zelda's taken, but it's more like Zelda's not a person anymore, so, you know. And they're definitely not undoing that because they said twice that it's something that cannot be undone. No, we figured it out. She is, in fact, 18 in this game. On the dot. Go figure. I'm not saying all the negatives. I mean, that is actually an interesting topic. Killing someone and then undoing the death, whether it's physical kill or you know, mental kill or identity kill or ego kill or whatever it is, it's not inherently bad, right? It's not inherently a negative thing. It's just starting at a negative, if that makes sense. You have to work harder to earn it. You have to do more work and effort in order to make that land and be like, yes. So, can it work? Yes. Will it work? We'll see. Because you know that's what they're going to do, right? Of course they are. Am I seriously just a little bit too late to turn in the frickin' thing? God, 5 minutes. 5 minutes too late. Alright, time to murder all the children. I'm gonna kill all the younglings. If I can say something, and please don't take offense here, DVD, but you know the kind of thing that I do love in games, stories, movies, books? It's when they add extra little flavor bits of detail because someone somewhere thought about their setting and said, what would that do to the everyday person, right? Direct example. We know those have been flying around regularly, the 4 have been flying around regularly for centuries, right? So this is the kind of thing that probably should inform some of their culture, some of their history, even some of their, like, the ways that they notate things. Like, there should be sayings. Maybe they literally mark time. Maybe the dragons have such a patterned route that they traverse that they can actually mark the passage of time by how many dragon rotations they've gone through, or something like that. Or dragon cycles, or something that doesn't sound as stupid as that. Little stuff like that, to kind of show that the world below is impacted by the stuff you decided to add to it that isn't normal, that's different. I like stuff like that. It's just this cool little extra bit. Hello? What are you doing in my house? You know what? I don't even care. I'm going to bed. Link, oh my gosh. We'll do noon. I don't know when they go to school, but they'll surely be in school at noon, right? That's true, Valerian. Oh, hey. Speaking of. No, so it would not be a negative, Doom Rider. Obviously, there's some asteriskiness to that. retcons are not inherently bad, is what that boils down to, Doom Rider. Let me put it that way. Yeah, you notice I just immediately moved on from that topic, Jesse's mess, because exactly what you just said. And that was put it out. I actually watched it post-fandom. So yeah, having there be a retcon of several things that were always there that weren't there this time, it's debatable if that actually is a negative or not. Because it's one of those horrible things, right? Ideally, there should have been a light dragon roaming around in the sky in Breath of the Wild. Even if it was like so high up that you could only see it under really specific, like if you look up in the sky and it's like, hey, what's that over there? And it's like, oh my god, it's way... Not that low. I mean, like, way up there. Like, oh my god, what's that up there? You know? And there was no way to actually interact with it in Breath. That'd be cool. But obviously, they didn't know that back then. They hadn't planned that far in advance, so they couldn't lay that brick because they weren't thinking that far ahead. No judgment. That's normal.
Oh.
Oh.
Isn't it more likely that over time, history and legend started to blur together? We still talk about stuff that happened 10,000 years ago. Can you point to any paintings or images that actually show there was a calamity 10,000 years ago? Yes. Behold. This looks like the real thing. So the legend was true? Yes, a picture proves that a legend was true. You know, seeing this makes it feel like it might have happened yesterday. Well... If you've got documented proof, that's good enough for me. Okay. Thank you so much, Link. The Calamity has visited this land of Hyrule several times over. However, 10,000 years ago, there were divine beasts built by the Sheikah using their advanced technology. Each of them was controlled by a skilled pilot. With the sword that seals the darkness and the power of the Sacred Princess, the ancient hero stopped the Calamity. For a long while after that, the lands of Hyrule did peace, but when the people forgot about the Calamity, there's a moment it returned to menace them once more. When did this happen? This all happened about 100 years ago. It began with an oracle prophesying the Calamity's return. The royal family took their cues from the legends of the past, found and excavated the divine beasts. Skilled members of the Rito, Goron, Zora, and Gerudo people were selected to pilot them. They were called the Champions. With the wielder of the sword that seals the darkness and the Sacred Princess, all the pieces from the legend were in place. This time the Calamity would not be bested so easily. Sadly, the Sacred Princess was unable to awaken the holy power within her. Never explained why, by the way. Unless I missed that. The divine beasts were taken over by the Calamity. Those selected to pilot them lost their lives in the process. Worse still, the hero wielding the sword that sealed the darkness was badly hurt. Actually, we were killed. Just when all seemed lost, the Sacred Princess came into her power and devoted her whole being to keeping the Calamity at bay for 100 years. Everyone following so far? After spending 100 years dormant, the hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness awakened, his wounds healed. He won back the divine beast with the help of several allies, including the champion's descendants. And in the end, the hero defeated the Calamity and the Sacred Princess stopped the evil one. Sorry, I got a little emotional there at the end. It's a true story, though. All that we have, our land, our lives, our civilization, we owe to those who fought through the centuries. I want to be like the ancient hero and give the next generation good lives, too. That went splendidly. Words cannot convey my satisfaction. I couldn't have done it without you taking a picture. Have some Hylian rice. Speaking of rice, our next subject is home economics. I plan to use the occasion to talk up dishes that use Hylian rice.
Oh.
Yes, I have, Act. Thank you again for showing us the children. Showing the children the screen depicting the Calamity. History class is ordinarily a bit slow-paced for the children's taste. That last lesson may have been the first time I've seen them enjoying a history lecture so much. Our next class is home economics. Something they should teach more often in school nowadays. A keen culinary sense can help you stay alive in this perilous world. Thank you for the question. What dish do you get by mixing Goron spice with Hylian rice and raw meat? Goron spice is the hot stuff they sell in Goron City, right? Goron spice, and the answer can't be anything but curry. But the only other thing in it is raw meat, right? So obviously, meat curry. Correct. That one might have been too simple for you. How about this one then? Take Goron spice, Hylian rice, and monster extract. What do you get? Monster what? Aren't monster parts only used for medicines? Yeah, if you try to cook with monster parts, it's a disaster every time. No one would eat curry made with monster stuff. I call trick question. Settle down, children. This lesson may be too advanced. If only someone could make this dish that Lore just made 5 seconds ago. Behold! The item that I already had ready to go for this very lesson. This is monster curry, the genuine article. Class, come see. This curry was prepared using monster extract. Oh, it looks off, but it tastes better than I expected. Right, it doesn't have that monster musk I was worried about. So if you extract something special from monsters, you can... What are we extracting from... Don't answer that. That's right, everyone. Ordinarily, monster parts are only to be used in medicine, but monster extract can be used in meals as well. I'm so happy my lesson on the subject has finally sunk in. Yeah, we put the monsters into a distiller. I'm not much good at history, but you made it fun, Mr. Link. The curry tasted great. Pretty much think of you as my teacher already, anyway. Thanks, Mr. Link. I have a last name, you know. Actually, I guess I don't. Hey, Kennex Cow. So that's the sign that it's dinner time. So tomorrow, at 9 a.m. roughly, or 10 a.m., I don't know, something like that. Tomorrow, food. Tomorrow, at roughly 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to do the final few quests that Frieza wanted me to do.
Food's ready.
And then we're going to go ahead and do the final dungeon and the final boss. And I'm going to give my niece a hug.
Food,
Great.
dinner.
Hug.
It's my birthday today.
It's your birthday?
Uh-huh.
What? You lie. You lie.
Bottle.
Why do you lie?
Come on.
Okay.
I knocked over your water bottle.
Come.